Hello, all my little Fruit Loops. Give people a minute to get in here. We're going to do the murder mystery. So bear with me. I did scan everything and I have it to where I can pull it up. Obviously, this is a background because you can see when my hair moves. So let's see. Let's change our background to. Let's see what we have. Murder mystery. Okay, there should be a here. There we go. Everybody's probably in bed, except me, of course. Okay, we are going to be doing Death at the Dive Bar. Let me pull up a picture. Hopefully, I can share. Oh my god, I hope that I can share these. And I can't. Hmm. Give me a second and I'll be right back. I just want to see. Because I went in because I noticed that I had done it the wrong way. Give me 1 second and I will see if I can cancel. Damn it. When I scanned them, I realized I scanned them upside down. So I'd have to go in and change them all. But to do that, I would have to. Oh, I bet I can rescan them all to where they were at. Organize. Let's see what happens here. I should have known. I should have known. Oh, and while everybody's waiting, let me go ahead and plug that I am a licensed private investigator now. I have a business license. I have all my names trademarked and all that. So I'm getting my cards in. So if you need a private investigator, let me know. I'm nosy as can be anyway. So, oh man. I should have really have put these somewhere else. If there's anybody in chat, I'll be there in just a second. I'm not trying to overlook you. Okay, we're not doing the dog board. Let's see if the other ones all are in order. If they are and not upside down, then we shall do it. And of course they are. I just had this. Oh my god. I apologize. I thought, nah, I've got this. It's right. Of course it's right. Okay, let me see. Hey, Elsie, how are you doing? I'm trying to find the murder mystery. I had it all saved. Everything's wonderful. And then I go to do it. I even went back and rescanned it because the things were upside down. And now I can't find them. So I'm trying to find those. How are you doing? That's good to hear. I'm gonna I was gonna go up and camping and it says a body found in Boise River and Eagle. Surprise, surprise. I was gonna go up and go camping at Timber Creek campground. That's where the little boy Dior had went missing. And I know it sounds crazy, and I'm not talking about being psychic or any of that. I just had a bad feeling, and I've had bad feelings through the years, and I've learned to trust them. You're on baby watch. Yeah, I'm going to go camping, but I don't know. I got a bad feeling about going up there, and I don't know. I'm really thinking twice about going. And see, I can't get these pictures to load. I mean, to be the correct way. So let's see. Let's let's see if we can play this game. Okay. And no, this ain't order. Honestly, there isn't an order. This is one of the boots. Um, I will say that I've not looked through a whole lot of this other than scanning it, but I will say that something to do with those boot prints is going to be important because there's like a lot of boot prints in here, and I may have to hold up some pictures. We'll have to see. I really didn't want to do that. Um, Let me see if I can download this and wanna. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Okay, this is one of the letters that's in here. Well, actually, it's just the envelope. Now, the bad part comes because whenever you have the envelope, whenever I open it up, and I do have a picture of this, there's like all this crazy writing that looks like somebody used another piece of paper. I even had tried to put it back together to see if it makes sense. I can't make sense of it. Hold on, I never thought about this. Let's do it this way. Okay. Oh, oh. We figured something out. Okay. We have this picture. We have the boots. I'm going to have to go through all these pictures. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's download this. Let's see if we can turn it around to me. Oh, remember that. Oh, it looks red on there. I apologize. It takes a minute for it to turn on. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been in the sun and I'm like a snowflake. And so I got really burnt. And I even used like the SBS stuff, but my stomach felt like it got burnt again. And I thought, oh, I'll go out there, I'll get some sun, a couple of days, I'll turn brown. No, I turned tomato. But hopefully it'll turn brown eventually. Okay, let's see if we can. It's all this. Oh, where is that? We're gonna put it right here. Top. Save these so that we got what we need. Telling you, I missed my call on with singing. Okay. I'm so sorry. As soon as I get done with this live, I'll find the pictures that I had. We can get a couple of them going. that in that way. But yeah, this little boy, Dior, it's a wild story, and I'm not convinced that the parents didn't have something to do with this. I, I mean, when I go in and I tell it, I may do another live tomorrow. When I go in and tell it, you're going to see that there's only a limited amount of people around this child, and they were just like, "Who cares? We're going to let him run amok. He's two. He can take care of himself." Okay, let's look at some stuff while we're on here. Okay, let me stop sharing this mess. Sorry, I keep looking at my lips. I need to put my chapstick on, but let me see. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Dun, dun, dun. I don't think it's gonna let me do that. Well, you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll see. I promise. I should have done this beforehand, but you know me, Johnny on the spot. So I had to cuss the neighbors today. We have this little pool that I've had for 3 years now. It's like 3 foot tall by maybe 6.5 feet. Bought it for our foster kids and for the grandbaby. Okay, well, for 3 years we have used that. Excuse me, that pool. They've played it. I've got pictures on the wall of them in the pool, and so we left it up one night because the water's so cold, and next thing I know, we're getting a message from the landlord talking about you can't do that. That I mean, this it's a liability. I get that totally. That I understand. But then we ask her, "Is it okay?" Because I've been having my big ass out there in it, trying to get some sun, and so we're like, "Okay, can we?" As long as we're out there with it, is it okay? And then we'll take it down like we always do every day, except for that one time. And she's like, no, it costs too much water to fill it up and something else. And I'm like, well, it ain't. I started to say, well, it ain't cost water for the 3 years we've been using it. But oh my, let me tell you. Okay. I've not got them all, but let's just see if this works. Okay. I don't know if we should read this. I'm not reading this. Um, but it does talk about the old scratch owner's death ruled an accident, a tragic end to a difficult year. And then we have boots. Then we have some kind of paper here. I kind of wanted to give you a visual of what you're seeing here. So, and then I have this, which is orange, but on here it's red. So we'll look at that too. If you want to go back to any evidence, just let me know. I'm going to try to multitask here and see what happens. I don't know. But if you want to look at what's going on there and be reading it, while I try to get some more pictures downloaded and put onto here, then you feel free. Let's see what that does. Oh, damn thing. I appreciate you being patient. I wish that I could. Hmm. Hmm. I may have figured out some. Probably not. Oh, and I got another story, and I was like, this guy's just a killer, you know. I hate talking about it with all the controversy going on with children. Um, but I was sitting and I was like, okay, you know, there's I'm not sure that I'm going to cover it. I may, um, but when it comes to children, sometimes I have to just turn off, you know, because they will describe in detail what went on. And, you know, you're imagining this in your head and you're like, oh, dear God, how could, you know, this child go through this? And in my mind, as a Christian, I keep thinking that God doesn't let them feel pain, regardless of them screaming, this, that, whatever, that God doesn't let them feel pain and He takes them. That's what I hope. Um, but this one, oh my Lord, there's a lot. I don't think that I don't get affected by the children thing. I'm just used to it. I'm desensitized to a lot of stuff, but there's always that one here or there, you know. And this was one talking about they were doing the M word that rhymes with Seth. Um, and the parents went over there. They were doing it, and the guy had bought the little girl some candy earlier because they lived in a hotel or they were visiting a hotel, whatever. And they thought the little girl went to sleep. They left it with grandpa. This is another grandpa case. Um, and so the little girl ends up dead um, in a pool. And the guy had offered them $4,000 for 24 hours with their daughter, their 2 or 4 year old daughter. And so they supposedly called some woman to come over to be with him for $4,000. I don't know, but anyway, um, the little girl ends up uh, abused. Once they pull her out of the water, um, she had his shorts wrapped around her neck. Um, she was violently beaten and abused, and it just amazes me that I don't understand, and I don't want to understand, but I would like to know what makes a person look at a child and think things like that. You know, it's like I don't get it, and I don't understand how you can look at a child and think that. It's mind blowing to me, and I can't understand it. That's why I rather deal with serial killers and stuff like that, because while there's no logic behind their madness, at least there is some explanation in most cases. You know, it's just like I would give anything to have an interview with Edmund Kemper. I'm telling you, that is my number one serial killer that I want to um, interview. But he's in the psych ward, so you're probably. I even wrote him a letter trying to get an interview. Oh, I've tried to get interviews. I've actually interviewed a murderer, and he was going to be a serial killer. He had a list of people he was going to murder, and he got caught. So thank God, but still, yay, we got another one. But yeah, we may just do this and get everything right, and we'll do it tomorrow. Um, that way we don't have to dilly dally with this crap. I've not opened the solution. I want to, but I have been writing, like literally. I wrote it. Um, I've got a couple pages about, it's a ghost story. I even got a diagram of the house, and it's about 5, 6 pages long, and I still haven't finished it. But that's the true horror story I was talking about, and it's actually the person in the story is me. It's some of the things I experienced in the house that I grew up in, but also um, they got this guy that had killed the little girl, and I don't know. I don't know if the parents were involved, because they come back and the grandmother's like, "Where's the baby?" And they started beating on the door, and he was gone. And I don't know if because of the drugs they were doing, that maybe they did sell this child, for 24 hours to this guy. I don't know. And then did he kidnap her? Just so many things. And then the Dior case, I'll go ahead and speak on it a little bit. I do have footage of the area, but I actually wanted to go stay where. Sorry about that stuff popping up. Um, but I wanted to go stay at the actual campground where he went missing. I wanted to go and I wanted to search the area again. I mean, if you see this place, it's like this little hill that's maybe 5 feet that goes down into the little creek that's like, if you're lucky, 6 to 10 inches, if that deep. I mean, excuse me, but something's not right. I don't know. And the only people there was a friend of the grandfather. Um, there's a lot on that. And then the grandfather, which ended up dying, the mother and the father. And they ended up separating. He moved out of state for a job. She got married 8 months after this child was missing. Um, I don't know. Me, not nobody else. I would not dare leave this. I would not dare leave the general area of where my 2 year old vanished. And there's like these rock cliffs, all this stuff. I mean, it's a reservoir up there. They searched the reservoir, they done all this, and they have not found nothing in 8 years. 8 years. Now there is bear, there is mountain lions and hawks, and man, what was the other thing? Something else. I even Googled, to see if like the hawks could lift, because they can lift a good amount, and he weighed like 28 pounds, but the most that the hawk could lift is like 2 to 8 pounds, and I mean not the hawk, but the eagle, things like that. That was one of the things that was up there, and so it was like, okay, well, if the bear got him, then there would have been remnants of stuff. If the lion got him, there would have been remnants of him, blood, I mean, come on. And he had a little car in his pocket. So if one of these animals did get him and there was no blood anywhere and took him off and eat him, either they're not eating the little car or they eat the car, and there would be, let's be honest, there would be poo. There would be poo that would have a little car in it, and clothing and stuff like that. And there is not hide nor hair of this child. And I don't know. I'm just getting sick of children getting gone, getting abused, and I sit and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is something that's always been a thing, and the news is just broadcasting it more now. We're finding out more about, things that's been going on for years anyway. And I'm like, even if we had the right snail mail, good and well, your grandma would have wrote to, your mom and been like, hey, Betty Sue's child was missing and they can't find it or anything. So, we need to kind of figure out what's going on. And I'm telling you, and that's the problem is I go looking for cases, and the majority of them is children's cases. And I get so sick of doing them because one, it takes a toll. Adults, you know, adults, it doesn't bother me. I've looked at another sensitive area because of what's going on, but I've looked at autopsy photos of thousands and thousands of dead bodies. I've been in the morgue. Um, I mean, there is countless things. There's not anything that makes me cringe, but when it comes to children, it does. And all cases are bad, and I'll just put it plain, some are worse than others. And it just seems like that's the majority of the cases, is children's stuff. And I'm like, oh my Lord, give me a break. Let me find a serial killer. Just give me a serial killer, one that's not out here doing stuff to children and everything. So, um, but I've got a couple things coming up. I'm going to go ahead and um, jump off here, and I'm going to fix those photos, put them in a special little area, and get them ready for tomorrow night. And I might upload Dior's case. I kind of want to talk about it because if anybody's from Idaho, they've heard about it. Um, I have, I think, done a video on the Idaho 4. I'm not covering that. I don't know. I think that, I don't know what to think about that. Well, I know I'm subscribed to you, but I don't get any update. Like, it don't tell me you're going live or anything. I need to drop your link. That way I can go over and make sure that I'm getting all notifications. Um, and, I live close to Fruitland. And when I went up there the first time and got all the interviews, um, I wouldn't dare talk to Brandy. I mean, I don't want to rehash anything. I don't want to aggravate her. Um, I don't know the story behind any of it. Um, all I know is this little boy is missing, and regardless of how this ends, he needs to be brought home. And but I could go get footage of the house where, because I've already got footage of them digging in the yard, and I could get footage of the house, and then Sarah's parents owned that house, and where we parked at, because they had it blocked off because they were digging in the yard, where we were parked at, like we were parked this way and it's blocked off, and you go around this way, and they were digging up the yard over here. Like there's a house, then the house they were digging up the yard in. Okay, well, we're sitting here, and two houses down, which would have been a third house, was her parents' house. They own that house too. And, my thoughts are, okay, well, did they move the body to that house? I mean, these are just my theories, my opinions. This is for educational purposes, throwing out stuff there that might be, I don't know if people know that, but I have little ways of finding out stuff, and it just, my mind's like, okay, cadaver dogs, let me tell you right now, cadaver dogs, they don't hit on dead animals. They don't hit on food. They don't hit on they hit on dead bodies. And whether whose everybody it was, there was one there. And I don't think that it was from a long time ago. I don't think that it was some Indian burial ground. No, I don't think it was that. So, um, but if people do want to investigate this, you know, leave Brandy alone. Unless Brandy reaches out to you for an interview, like to say stuff, don't mess with people. This woman has said she doesn't want to be bothered by people asking her questions, coming to her home. Who would, at any point, 2 years later, whatever. But also, there is a couple more cases here. There's one where this man, I think he met her on Facebook or something other. Anyway, she moves in with her daughter, and he kills them and buries them out in the yard and then takes off. Like, Idaho has got crazy since I moved here. When I moved here, Idaho had like top number of one murder per year, and it wasn't even always one. Sometimes it was zero. And here, all of a sudden, there's this shootings here and this and that, and I don't know. People have lost their minds. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here. Thank you, Aussie, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I won't throw out that I got my private investigators business license, trademark, all that good stuff. So if you need one, let me know. I am making up business cards. I have two different stickers. If y'all are interested, email me and I will send you one. I will have to have your address. And like I said before, I only dox people once a year. So, it's about half time. But thank you so much, Aussie. And drop your link down in the chat. That way other people can see it and sub up to Aussie. And that way I can go in and make sure that I'm getting all notifications. And I am going to jump off here. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sticking with me. And I will talk to you later. Bye bye, people. And I'm sorry about the thing. We'll have the murder mystery tomorrow. Tomorrow.